bird is the word is the point here. Going to be making a observation of the birds. How many of them, where they came from, where they're going. Hey John, how you doing? I'm going to go check these birds. I set up my new good tripod last night and my best camera, but I'm not going to use it quite yet today. There's a lot of stuff you got to drag out, and the sun's not out, and the colors don't shine on the birds that great, so I'll wait till a better day. Your thumbs up, huh? That's a good sign. Good for you. Keeping positive. I've been bored as hell lately. Got to bust a move. I was gonna go to Hilton Head. I just can't get into it, man. That kind of stuff. Oh no, that van, that baby. You know the problem in the van is I've got a rusty socket on the right rear turn signal, and I don't want to get a drunk driving ticket coming home from my buddies because of that. So I ordered a harness, and I just haven't. It's been cold, you know. I got this thing to drive. That Astro van is holding its head up proudly. 452,000 miles. I need a mechanic that can fix a lifter. I don't want the whole engine redone, just the lifter and number 3. The lifter and number 3. And then I'm going to be covering the country again. I'm going to take some different trips. I'm planning on going out to, I want to go out towards New Mexico, Arizona, where it gets 4,000 degrees. These Native Americans are getting the shaft. And I know nobody's going to watch. If I'm not interviewing white, blue-eyed, blonde prostitutes with drug problems, nobody watches anyway. So it's not like I have some expectation. I know what draws people in. And if you don't think that I know I could make a trip to Detroit and get my numbers up, but it really doesn't interest me. I'd rather do stuff I like, or it's almost impossible to get me to do anything. And I want to go out and I want to find out more about this alcoholism amongst Native Americans. I just wish I had more of an audience to tell it to. These people get screwed, man. Daisy's good. She's good. She's in the back. She's getting better. I got some liquid medication that's easier to give her. She's doing better. She did do a little pee-pee at the end of the bed, though. I only broke one rib because of it. I said, down, girl. Don't be pee-peeing like that. So I'm a little bit bored. I bought 2 new cameras thinking that would help. And you know what? It did help. I never was really into those 1-inch mirrorless sensors, but I'll tell you, those are 2 excellent cameras. They're small. The only knock on them is the batteries don't last. And I just got some in the mail today from Amazon. But I really enjoy messing around with them. Yeah, she better quit doing it. I bought a 50-pound bag of sunflower hearts for the pine siskins. I said, hey, little pine siskin, here you go. They're the cutest little birds. Look them up, pine siskin, S-I-S-K-I-N. So cute. The male's colors are coming in now. Just a beautiful little social bird. They say they get a lot of Pseudomonas, which is what does in most burn patients, which is surprising to me that they haven't evolved and adapted to have Pseudomonas kill something else, but not them. It's really interesting. I just haven't gotten around to following up on it. Pseudomonas, I bred birds on a commercial level, tropical birds, and Pseudomonas was a problem, always. And the cheapest remedy for that in cleaning was chlorine, believe it or not. But Pseudomonas is a bitch. Once that gets going, that bacteria doubles every 8 seconds. Once it gets going, you're fucked. Yeah, Siskin. That's it, Samantha. Such a cute little bird. I mean, they look like a little canary, kind of. They don't hurt anything. They're just innocent. Oh, there's a bunch of geese out there. I'll tell you, geese, when I was a kid, if there was a Canada goose, that's how you pronounce it, by the way. Sometimes I say Canadian. I dumb it down because it's people are going to say, why are you calling it Canada goose? Because they've heard it that way, and I'm trying to keep it trouble-free. But it really is Canada goose. But anyway, when I was a kid and one of those damn things would fly through town, it'd be on the picture of the local newspaper. And now a lot of them stay year-round. They're all over the place. But I'll tell you, as far as just a beautiful animal in flight, they are excellent flyers. Just beautiful. The way they set up for an approach. I watch them where I'm going right now, and I survey the land before they decide to commit to landing or not. And where you really get to see this is a perfect scenario is that the geese come in, you're watching them, you're not that far away. They come around and they'll pitch up and get slow, and you'll see their wings are all the way out and they're flapping kind of fast, and they arch their back and they look down, seeing if everything's cool. And I've seen them before. The perfect scenario is that they come in like that, you see them survey the area, they're circling, and then they come around for an approach. They're turning into the wind, they're all in the flare, and then something spooks them and they take off again, and then they come back and land for good. You just get to see how beautiful these birds are flying. What great flyers they are. Oh, that's cool, Samantha. Yeah, that's cool. So, and now where I'm going today is a big corridor for migrating birds. I like birds. I read a lot about them. I raised them, all that stuff. But I'm not going to sit out 10 hours watching them. But there are people that do, and I can tell you this. When you hear about bird migration and these numbers, you see birds, you just look out your window. Either you see them or you don't. But if you go to a place like where I'm going right now, and you just sit there with a pair of binoculars and you just keep looking up in the sky, I'm not saying wait till they land in front of you in the water or see them in a tree or anything like that. Just comb the skies with a good pair of binoculars, and there are birds up the ass flying everywhere. Huge flocks way up high. 10,000 feet, 8,000 feet. You wouldn't even see them otherwise. But that's the migration when you see these numbers, when they talk about it on the news. You just don't see it yourself because they're always up on the move. Unless you get lucky enough to see a group of them land like I did those trumpeter swans. But most of the time, those babies are up, I don't know, 15,000 feet on their way someplace, depending on the winds. We had some southern winds, and believe me, they'll take full advantage of it migrating north. The observational skills of birds is unbelievable. Yeah, swans. I had black swans for a while. Yeah. They were actually thinking, mute swans are from Europe. The orange-beaked. They were actually thinking of opening season on those for a while. Because there are too many of them. That's something that I never really got a straight answer on. I mean, mankind has messed up so many things. I just take what they say with these studies sometimes as a grain of salt. Because there's lots of things. If you've been around long enough, even though you're non-indigenous, you'll be considered quasi-native. Like the praying mantis is the state insect in Connecticut. The ringneck pheasant is from China. The salmon should not be in our Great Lakes. The honeybee wasn't even in the United States till about 1832. So when people talk about non-indigenous, the palm trees in Florida, it isn't all bad all the time. Hey, Hank. Oh, that's cool. You can pin their wings so they can't fly. Yeah, I'm not much for. I love this stuff, but I just can't, in good conscience. I'm thinking about growing mushrooms. I think I'm gonna grow mushrooms. I'd love to have some fantail guppies and some. I was gonna get into maggots and then leeches for debriding tissue from burn patients, infections. But once I found out they had to throw them away after they did their job like that, I thought, screw that. I'm not doing that. Anything, they ought to get a big pile of their favorite food. Instead, killing them? No way. Hey, Jackie. Going to check on the birds today. Birds and the bees and flowers and the trees. Love these birds. I like to have a camera on. It's a little hazy today. I like looking out this farm country hazy. Yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yep. I gotta get a hanger today, actually. Yeah, thanks a lot. What is that, acrylic? Yeah, but there's a place, if you look up Nebraska, if you Google this, I think it's White something, White Lake or something like that. They sell more beer than anywhere else in Nebraska. It's borders South Dakota. And basically what it is, another thing too. Like this sovereign nation bullshit on this Indian, that's not what it's cracked up to be too. Essentially, these are long-term leases that were treaty agreements. And my point is, and what made me think of this is this one party store sells more beer to Indians than anywhere in the whole state. And they've even thought of making it illegal. But anyway, the bottom line on here is this sovereign bullshit. You tend to think of it as sovereign nation. They got their own thing. It's like, that's cool. I mean, after all, they've been screwed over a million ways, and at least they can have their own sovereignty. And, well, it's not quite like that. So it turns out these reservations are basically long-term leases, which means you don't own the property, which means you can't build anything on the property. So if you look and you go by a lot of reservations, when you don't own things, you should treat them differently. And what they do is these alcohol places, now you can argue this is the strictest form of capitalism, which is kind of true. And even with the drug dealers in Detroit, kind of true. There's a market there, and somebody's going to exploit it, unrelated to whether or not it's legal. But anyway, you get these places where they put the Indians out, they give them 10,000 acres, they have fun. No, I mean, if you look at reparations, they're nothing compared to what the blacks got. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying they get set up, and they're on these sovereign nations, and then these places swoop in there and they build these beer stores. And all these hundreds of Indians do is just sit around fucked up. Which I'd probably do too. I mean, there's nothing worse than being in poverty and hopelessness sober. It makes sense. Everybody's wondering, why do they just sit around and drink all day? I'll tell you why. Because they're depressed, they've got no future, no hope, and it's 10 times easier to be drunk than it is to get your shit together and try and leave. That's why. This is, I can give you examples all over the world. The government has failed these people, so the only thing I can think of is just individuals could sponsor people. I mean, it's really a terrible situation. So, not that anybody doesn't know about this, but I want to go out there and just show you how bad it really is. Does it mean a damn thing? Probably not. But I'm going to do it anyway. It's just like when I went out a year ago, September, I went out to Montana, the Dakotas. Gave you all sorts of examples of Indians getting fucked. life circumstances, alcoholism, drugs, no place to live, pushing around shopping carts. Nobody even clicks on those videos. Generally, when I upload a video, if you watch it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Really, I know how this whole deal plays out, and I'm not an active participant in subscribers and views and all that bullshit. So it doesn't really matter to me, which is why I'm going to do the same thing that nobody watched last year. I'm going to do it again this year. And for the one or two people that'll click a light bulb on their head, not that I have to make it worth it, because I'm doing it regardless. If nobody watches, if every single subscriber and viewer said, I'm not watching that no matter what you do, I'm still doing it. That's right. This shit's all spelled out, man. There's a guy that wrote a book on dating. I knew this already, though. What people say and what they think are worlds apart. This Chris Rock slapping bullshit's an example. Why is this guy stopped up here? And it's the same thing about the Indians. If I was an Indian, I would be the most pissed off son of a bitch that ever lived. Why is that school bus just sitting there? It doesn't have her turn signal on. So, it's the same with Maddie. I mean, look, man, I think you know by now that I would help Maddie if I could. But she doesn't want it. But there's a bunch of people out there, for all these people that want to help Maddie and go to rehab, they don't do shit. They like Maddie right where she's at, so they can have the circus show every day of what she's up to. If she got better, they'd have nobody to act like they cared about her and nobody to pretend that they hope she goes to rehab someday. And the Indian thing is kind of like that too. Thousands of people going on vacation, going out west, reading about Indians and buying a turquoise necklace and a fake feather headdress for Halloween. And they pass all these people that are absolutely screwed. And not even... No, she doesn't want any. What are you going to do on something like that? I mean, I have more respect for people that call it as it is rather than how they like it to be. She doesn't want it. Becky doesn't want it. I mean, what are you going to do? And that definitely curtailed a lot of my interest in doing that. I didn't know anything when I first started doing it. I don't know any more now. I just know that they're dropping off left and right and not getting any better. It's like, fuck it. I'll find something else to do. I'll find something more interesting. Oh, there's this fucker. Goddamn cop. Goddamn cop down there looking for bullshit. No, they're not, Hank. No, they're not. They're not making a lot of money. I don't know where you get your information, but that's not true. They're getting a lot of views. They're getting a lot of subscribers, but no, they're not. Look, I know people down there that they don't know that I know. No, they're not. They were making a lot of money. They'd have an apartment. And they'd be able to take showers and... Yeah, I mean, I'll still help people, but I'm not looking for it like I used to. In a way, it was kind of cool, and that you just do that. It just kind of fell into it. I just ran into those girls because I was down there doing photography. I had that in my mind for quite a while, and it was a long time before I thought maybe I'll just interview one. And then the videos got popular, and I'd hide those views if I could on YouTube. I'd hide those views. I mean, I don't mind people watching the video, but I could care less about a viral video. Stupid, really. Get every jackass in the world that participates in a comment. I'm doing okay. I've been like super bored lately. I'm going down to check on the birds. The birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. This is an interesting area. I just found this street here. Actually, I'd been down all these roads, but I guess I just missed that one. And I happened to run into a bird counter for the government a couple weeks ago. And I said, well, where do you get your water access around here? She said, just one road up. It's like, shit, this is perfect, man. Been missing this all these years. Oh yeah, I went to the casino last night, yeah. I ended up breaking even. I only play certain machines. I got a strategy down. Yeah, I might go to the casino. It is a win. That's the way I look at it. Well, you've probably heard me talk about this before, but I decided a while back, look, you're not winning any heavy money at these places. You know, maybe somebody wins 10 grand a year or something. I mean, big fucking deal. I could go out and buy some nice cameras, but it's not a lifestyle changer, right? So, with that in mind, I would rather have a good time, play a while, get that dopamine rush while the wheels are spinning around. And once I get that, I can take about an hour, and then I start getting bored. And so basically, my trip to the casinos are not about money. It's about being in a good mood or a bad mood when I leave. And losing money, I'm not cheap at all, but losing money doing something stupid like that gets me in a bad mood. So now when I'm up at all, I don't care if it's $1. Sometimes when I get sloppy and I lose my disciplines, when I get it, I just went by that road. When I lose my discipline, I get it broke off in my ass. If I stick to my game plan and don't get greedy, I have a good time. Like I played for an hour and 40 minutes. Actually, I was up $6. I was up $6. This is one road sooner than I normally turn on, which is why I missed it. So I just have a good time. I played, I had fun. I got the fuck out of there. This fish camp right here, this is a fish camp at the end of the road. And I'm just wondering how busy it's going to be when the summer comes. Hey, salty girl. Yeah, I mean, you know, I got a damn every fucking mood disorder there is, so I'm not so sure I'm a great candidate for losing at anything. But yeah, you're in there fucking around. All of a sudden, you're chasing your money. The fucking things are spinning around. You're getting pissed the fuck off. I'm thinking, why am I doing this? It's self-defeating behavior. You know better, but you do it anyway. But I know guys that have just, you know, don't like casinos, one-man bandit, all this shit. Don't go, think it doesn't make sense, and then marry some bimbo that cleans them out for every fucking dime they had. So this is life, right? What you might be good at in one aspect, you're not good at it in another, and it's the totality of the whole picture. But I think I'm pretty good at casinos and playing it in my particular style now. Am I buying a bunch of shit because of my winnings? No, I'm not, because I keep the dollar amount low. But I do have a good time. I do get a dopamine rush, and I get the fuck out of there without losing my ass most of the time. Yeah, treatment. That treatment, that's a tough one, man. I'm just glad I'm not an alcoholic or a drug addict. I'm surprised I'm not either, because I'm really was always that kind of thrill seeking fucker. Kickboxing, flying, skydiving, all that crazy kind of shit. Well, it's not really crazy. It's calculated risks. Speaking of calculated risks, that's exactly why I don't own a motorcycle. Because of calculated risks. I'd love one, man. That like fits my personality to a T, but you know what? I don't want to be a quadriplegic, so I don't drive. Now, if you're one of these right-wing, Bible-toting Christian lunatics, you're going to think, well, what's wrong with you? And God says it's your time to go. And I don't think that way, which is why I wear a seatbelt and why I don't drown in my kayak, because I look at the situation, I prepare for it, and if the risks are too high, I don't do it. That isn't available, riding motorcycles amongst cars, so I don't do it. No, I would love one. I really would, man. I would have the fastest goddamn motorcycle there was. Just smoke tires, do wheelies, go 130 down the road, pass a cop, flip them off. That's right up my alley. But I know better. I don't want Salty Girl getting a one-way ticket that's spur of the moment, $2,200 round trip, to come up and change my diaper and stick a binky in my mouth and turn on my YouTube before she left so I could watch a couple of my old videos while I crapped in an adult-sized diaper. Hey, Paul. Daisy's going to be able to... You know, these birds down here are used to people coming down here. Go ahead, hon. Get up there. Go on, honey. Daisy feels the roughness of the road. Go on, hon. She wants to get out and explore. Daisy wants to get out and explore. Yeah, eye losses. So I'm going to let her go out here and... Oh, there's a lot of nice ice floating out here, too. So, you know, if I just knew all this ice was here... I put a polarizing filter on my camera to try it out. These sunrises, it warps the sun. It looks fucked up. Look at all this beautiful ice today. No place for the fucking birds to sit. That's because you got an east wind. Why won't you see him grow into a man? That's overrated anyway. You want to go out and pee-pee with the birds, huh? You want to go out there and pee-pee with the birds? That grow into a man's overrated, Jackie. Daisy wants to go out and pee-pee with the birds. Okay, hon. You can go out and pee-pee with the birds. I should have. I'd like to get a sunrise. There's a huge ice thing out there. That's all ice out there. Go pee-pee, hon. Daisy's gonna pee-pee in a new place. See that ice out there? Can you see that okay? Oh, macular degeneration, yeah. You know, they are making strides on that, but it's still tough. Hey, Squirrely. Hey, Mary. Vitamin and diet changes. Look at all this ice. Can you see this? Can you guys see this ice? There's a nice big bird. Can you guys see this ice or not? Hey, Birdle. Mary, can you see this ice? Oh, good. Good. Yeah, chunky. That's it. Now I know you see it. Chunky. Yeah, I'm one road north. One road north. Squirrely, how you doing? Love looking at this huge, big ice shelf out there. It's moving too. Birds everywhere. I would like to get a sunrise with this ice. Hey, Punky. There's Daisy. Yeah, she's out there looking around, new place for her. Yeah, I'm surprised there's this much ice. I gotta get a sunrise here. Big icebergs are floating down the river. Hey, Lindy. 395, Walker. Jackie, why don't you paint something like this landscape? Want to hear the birds singing? Want to hear the birds? Can you hear the birds? Birds everywhere. Oh, there's a bunch of trumpeter swans, whole flock of them. Well, I learned something today. They sound just like here they are. There's a whole huge flock of trumpeter swans. Hope you guys can see these. They're gonna fly right by, about 10 of them. The other ones went the other way. These birds are trumpeter swans, right here going by. See him right there flying? Those are trumpeter swans. Hundreds of them out there. There must be 1,000 trumpeter swans. Yeah, it's cool. About 1,000 of them, I bet you. They're hard to see against the white. Soggy out there. She's eyeballing Dad. I don't believe that, Kevin. There's no Indian getting $50,000 a month. That's nonsense. You give me the name of the reservation and the tribe. I'll call out there today. That's absolute nonsense. No way. I believe they're getting paid, but nobody's getting 50 grand a month. Give me the name of the tribe in the city. Give me the name of the tribe in the city, the area they're in. Hey, what's the name of that tribe and what's the area? 50 grand a month. foggy. Nah, bullshit, Kevin. Read the one Mary just put. Bullshit. How you doing, Nashville? No, no way. There's no way. What's the name of the tribe in the city? I'll call on there today. There's no way they're getting that a month. That is nonsense. No, most of these Indians don't get shit. I think that's bullshit media. Hey, here's a goldeneye sitting on top of a nest. A goldeneye duck. A goldeneye duck on top of a nest. I think it is. No, it's a goose. It's a goose. No, you can't see it because it's off to the right. It's a goose. I'll do it on my way out. I'm gonna be turning around. So many cool birds out here today. Mary, I want the name of that tribe. I'm gonna call out there today. They may be calculating it that way with housing and health and all that shit, but nobody's getting a check for that sent to them a month. Bullshit. They wouldn't be on the goddamn reservation. They'd be living in fucking San Mateo. What a bunch of bullshit. They get a fucking lawyer and get the hell out of there. Yeah, walk away. Get out of there. Leave right now. Look at all these ducks. Thousands of ducks here right now. Thousands. Look at all these ducks. Look at all these ducks. Every kind. Redhead. Herring gulls. 2 mute swans. Golden eyes. Mallards. Good luck, Mary. Oh, this is so great. I can just sit here and watch these birds. Yeah, you could. You could. Birds up the yin yang. Can you hear them singing? There's about 100 of them just moved from shore out into water when they saw me pull up. Jackie, can you paint stuff like this? Daisy wants to see the ducks. He wants to look and see the ducks. I want to see the ducks, Dad. Sure, you can look at the ducks, honey. You want to see the ducks too? Sure, Daisy wants to see the ducks. Daisy wants to see the ducks swimming. There's ducks out there swimming, huh? Yeah, good girl. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good girl. Look at all the ducks. You want to go out here and go pee-pee? You want to go pee-pee? Huh? You want to go pee-pee or stay in here? You want to go out there and go pee-pee? Yeah, Daisy wants to check this area out too. Now this would be the perfect painting to me. Yeah, anybody know how to paint this? Yeah, this is a perfect painting to me. So cool. One white bird out in the middle. Birds close. Hell yeah. Salty girl in the conundrum take you to Bizarro's Pizza. I'm going to quote poetry to you. I watch your turtle eggs. There's so many kind of birds here today. Can you see that clearly? Squirrely, can you see these birds? Oh, my damn camera locked up. Yeah, I gotta start this over. The camera locked up.